Hello travel cuddlers, welcome back to our channel. So recently we have uploaded a video related to opportunity card and we got to know that people want to know the detailed process of the opportunity card. So we decided to upload another video related to VFS interview and VFS form which might help you to ensure error-free forms and documents and interview to be submitted with the embassy. So in this video, we brought you the checklist which ensure that all the documents need to be submitted which is given in this checklist. So I'll share the screen and will show you what all documents and what you need to be done to get the opportunity card in terms of document. Along with it, I'll tell you about the Widex form. We'll fill it together so that you do not make any mistakes. In case you have any doubts or queries, you can always let us know through comments, or else you can book a session with us on TopMate. So let's get started. I'll share the screen and you'll get to know that what all documents you need to submit. So let's get started. This is the checklist which you can see in the screen and we'll cover each point for your reference. The first point says valid passport which is issued within the last 10 years. So the validity is important, and second point which is important that it should has some place or empty pages which could help the embassy to get your opportunity card stamped on it. Second is application form which is Widex form, which I'll cover a little later because it would take a lot of time. And then the third point is declaration form. So this is declaration form. These two documents you need to submit and you need to fill them. The first detail which you need to fill here is your name, then the address which is given in your passport, the place and postal code according to your passport, your phone number and email ID. So these all details need to be filled and barcode you need to leave empty. Then you need to get this checkpoint checked where you agree that German embassy can contact you via email for any kind of queries. Then you need to select any of these check boxes. It says that if your visa get rejected, then how you need to be contacted. It says whether via email or else you need to get it done through your postal code. So I would say go with the email because it's more handy. Then you need to add your postal code, name, your phone number and email address accordingly. Date and signature is required, and do not fill this form through computer. You need to fill it manually. Another form, so in this form you just need to enter the place, date and signature here as well as here. The place would be the German embassy city. For example, we are doing it in New Delhi, so it's New Delhi. If it is different for your location, then you can do it accordingly. Date should be the appointment date and the signature is required. So moving back to the checklist, another point is 2 current identical biometric passport photos. So it has to be 3. So please at least carry 4 photographs with you. And these photographs has to be as per German standard and the size would be 45:35 mm. And we will share the exact standard in the description box related to German visa photograph. So next point is copy of your passport data pages. A4 size copy should be required and it requires in 2 sets. So every single pages front and back, your passport should have 2 copies. So the next point is proof of sufficient financial means. They have given 3 options over here. You can choose any one of them as per your convenience. The first option is blocked account, wherein you can open a blocked account with any of the platforms like Expatrio or Fintiba in Germany. Second option is that if somebody from your family or any of your friends lives in Germany and they are ready to sponsor your living, then you can provide that proof as well. And the third one is statement of your current bank account. So this is also fine. So we have chosen is statement of our current bank account, but you need to keep few points in your mind while you are submitting the bank statements. First is that it should have the sufficient balance in your current account. Bank statements has to be provided for at least 3 months prior to your appointment, or if you can provide for 6 months, that would be also great. Another important point here is that if you are borrowing it from somebody, don't borrow it in lump sum, because they'll be able to see that in your statements. So you can take a little amount of money, maybe monthly basis or something like that. Another checkpoint is proof of your accommodation in Germany. So what you can do is you can book your accommodation for Germany through booking.com, and they also provide the free cancellation services, so that it would be convenient for you to cancel those services if you are not opting them for your living. We'll be coming up with another video that how you can book your accommodation through booking.com, and in that video we'll give you the detailed process of it. Another proof or the checkpoint which you need to ensure is correct is your vocational or academic training. For example, your university degree, diploma, if applicable, prior work experience. So these two things you have to provide. The first is your academic degrees, and ensure that you only provide Indian degrees. They do not consider any of the degrees which is from any other country and should be there on the NABIN database. Also remember that they only consider your full-time degrees. It has to be mentioned on your degree or your mark sheet that it was a regular or a full-time degree. In case you don't have it written on them, then what you can do is you can go to your college or university and you can get it written on a letterhead from the university or college. Prior work experience if applicable. So it is the option, but it is better to provide the prior work experience if available. That could be a positive point for you. Now moving back to another checkpoint, which is option 1. So there are few options which they have given. You can opt any one of them, option 1 or option 2. So we chose option 1, where we have to just provide the academic degrees or the vocational training certificates which we have received. Also, you need to ensure that your academic degree should be given in the NABIN database. You need to take out the printout of those listings also, or else you can provide the vocational training certificates to them. So that was about the option 1, where you can just provide your degrees and your experience letters to the embassy, and these degrees has to be listed in NABIN database. That is an important point. In case your degrees are not listed here, or if you are not graduate or you do not have any degrees, then in that case you can go for option 2, which is basically a scoring system. You have to score at least 6 points to get eligible to get the opportunity card. I'll cover all these points quickly. I'll not take much of time or will not go in the details. You can check the website for it. The first point is either you have to show them the vocational training certificate of at least 2 years or any of your university degrees which is recognized by the state. Second is that either you have to provide a certificate for the German A1 language, or else you can provide the certificate of English B2 level language. Next point is that you can provide the work experience in connection with your qualification. And another point is that you have to show the proof of at least 6 months continuous legal stay in Germany in last 5 years. So these are the points which you can see if you cover any of these points and how much you score. If you are scoring 6 or above, then you can apply for the opportunity card in this option. Moving on to the next point, which is motivational letter. Again, this is a very important point. You have to provide them the motivation letter, and this motivation letter should include few things. For example, what type of work or job you are going to do in Germany. If and since when you learn German, so if you have started learning German language or not. The third point is if you have already applied for the jobs, and if yes, then to which company, how, and if you have already invited for the job interviews. So what you can do is, if you have any emails for the job interviews, you can show them. If you have any job openings in LinkedIn, then you can take a screenshot of those job openings in LinkedIn related to your profile and you can provide them. Another important point is that why you opted for Germany, not for any other EU country. So that is also a very important point. So make sure that you write it from your heart, not from ChatGPT or any other place. So this is a very crucial thing, and what we could do is we could make another video for motivational letter to help you out in detail that what can be written or what cannot be. If you want, let us know in the comments and we'll make another video for it. Moving on to the next point, which is the proof of personal status in India. For example, the birth certificate or Aadhaar card or any other important document which shows that you are part of India. So these documents are also important. So ensure that you provide these documents in English, and if any of the documents which you are sharing with them is not in English or German language, then you have to make sure get it converted into German language or English language. The next point is curriculum vitae. So your resume is also important. You have to show your education, you have to show your experience in that, and why you want to move to Germany, how many openings are there in the Germany. All those things can be maybe in the objective you can write something which shows them that how serious you are to go to Germany. There is some age criteria, so provide that declaration form to them if your age is above 45. You need to also show a proof of health insurance, and that's a very important point. Do not miss it out. Health insurance is very important, so make sure you provide a relevant document for your health insurance too. They have mentioned few points in this checklist that you need to prepare 2 identical sets of this application. So the application which you are providing to them, you need to provide them with the 2 identical sets. You can go through these points which is given in the checklist below. These points shows that what needs to be remembered when you are in Germany if you get the opportunity card. For example, you can only work 20 hours per week in Germany, which is part-time. You cannot work full-time until you have a job offer and you convert your visa from opportunity card to blue card. You cannot work full-time. So make sure that you remember all these points. So far we have covered about the checklist because I thought that is important to tell you guys that why checklist is important, why you need to consider every single point given in the checklist. And now we will cover Videx form in this video. That's the actually important part why we were keen to make this video. Videx form, because we got a lot of queries about Videx form, what needs to be filled, what is the requirement, what is not required, and all those stuff. So I'll start with the Videx form. As you can see on the top, it shows a German flag. So every single opportunity card or any other kind of visa, every single visa have different kind of Videx form. So make sure the first thing first, you download the correct, or you go to the correct Videx form. So this is the Videx form for opportunity card. It shows different things like long-term stay, new application options, scan a barcode, import data. You don't need to go through these options now. First of all, you need to start with your personal information. So I'll cover all these points one by one, what needs to be done, what need not to be done. The first point is your surname. You need to enter your surname. For example, you can enter your last name in it. I'll take a name example. For example, it's Ajay Goyal. So if it is Ajay Goyal, you can do is you can write Goyal in the surname, and then you can write Ajay in the first name. This can be skipped. This birth name, previous family name can be skipped. Then you need to enter your birth date. Birth date has to be as per your passport. So it has to be in the same format, your date, month and year. Then your place of birth. Place of birth has to be again as per your documents, which you can give in here. Then you have to give the country name. You can choose your country, which has to be India, I believe, for now. And then gender, you can mention your gender, whether you are masculine, feminine, female or indefinite. Then marital status, if you're married or unmarried. So these options give you, the drop downs differently in the below form. So if I choose single, it would only show the parents, but if I choose the married option, then it would show me the spouse option as well in the below form. So I'll choose, let's say, married, and then I have to mention the date that when I got married. Then current nationality has to be India. Then if you were holding any other citizenship earlier or previous nationalities were there, you can mention that in the previous nationality. If you are going with your family and children, then you have to select this checkbox and say yes, and then it would give you an option to give your children detail, for example their surname, first name, their gender, birth date, birthplace, place of residence, and current nationality. These things has to be filled, and then there is another option of add another children to record. If you click on that, we'll get another children added in it. So since we don't have children, so I'm removing it for now for this form. So I'll get only option to add the spouse. So for spouse as well, I have to mention the surname, the first name, then we have to give the date of birth, place of birth, country of birth, which could be any country, and then current nationality. So what nationality they are holding now, and in case they were holding any other previous nationality, that you can also mention. Then place of residence. Then you have to enter your parents' details. So here I would like to mention a point that we got a call where a person was asking on TopMate that he don't have parents, and unfortunately he don't have any details of the parents as well. So what he can mention? So what you can do in such scenario is you can mention anything, because in any ways you are not going to bring your parents to Germany, so whatever you mention is fine. But if you are at all planning to bring your parents to Germany, then make sure that you enter the correct details as per their Aadhaar card. So what you will do is you can enter your father's surname, the first name of your father, the nationality, that which country they belong to, and then your father's date of birth, then your father's place of birth, place of residence, same details for your mother name, your mother's surname, first name, the nationality of your mother, and then your mother's birth date, and then mother's place of birth, and then the last thing is place of residence. So these parents details has to be filled correctly in case if at all you are planning to take your parents along with you in future. Then moving on to profession. So what's your current profession? For example, it is IT specialist, you can mention the same. You can mention further information, for example your designation, what you are working as. Your current employment, if it is different, then you have to mention that also here, and further information you can mention your designation and other important information related to that profession. Moving on to other point, which is contact details. So this is important again. The contact details has to be filled as per your passport. So your street number, your house number, any other address detail which you want to mention, the postal code which you are mentioning, then your location, then your country as per your passport. Then your telephone number, make sure that you write the correct telephone number, because they'll definitely contact you with these numbers which you're providing in these forms, and then your correct email ID. Now they will be asking you that do you reside in the country other than the one which you are currently a citizen of. So if you are holding multiple citizenship, or if in case you are living at some other country, then your citizenship, for example few people are living in US but they hold a citizenship of India and now they are applying for this card, then you have to mention the same and you have to take it correct, otherwise leave it as it. Then identity documents, this is again important. You have to choose any of these options. So I chose passport, and you have to mention the passport number here. Then you have to mention the date of issue, when it was issued and until when it is valid. So that you need to mention. Issuing state, which is again India, and then issued by and issued in. So in this detail you have to mention the person name which is given in your passport on the very first page, the cardboard page which is there. So there only once you open your passport, you would be able to see a stamp which you can see, and you have to mention this person's name, issued by and issued in has to be updated there. So this is how this has to be updated as per your passport only. I mentioned that it was issued in Ghaziabad passport office, and that's how it has to be updated. Then the another thing is important part is travel dates when you are planning to travel from India to Germany. That so what you can mention here is the purpose of your stay. For example, I mention employment. Then you have to mention intended employment and intended duration of stay. So in intended duration of stay, you can mention, for example, you're planning to go to Germany from October onwards. So you can mention that from 1st October until they give you an option to choose either for 6 months or 1 year. So if you have funds of 6 months and you are sure that you will be able to find a job in 6 months, you can go for 6 months, or else you can go for 1 year also. So in that you can mention the date accordingly. Then they ask you that if you intend to stay in Germany for no longer than 12 months and apply for the visa for the entire period of stay, then you mention yes, that you do not intend to stay for more than 1 year in Germany. So moving on to the references. So this is the part where people get confused and we also get a lot of question, which is reference. So it gives you three options: reference person, education institute, and a diplomat. So sometimes people, let's say, choose reference person and you don't have any reference in Germany. So what you can do is you can just write NA here. And it's fine, especially wherever you see this star option that the mandatory fields to be filled, then you can just write NA here, because of course you don't know it and you can leave it as it. And in case German people want to know that why did you left it NA, you can say that I didn't get any other options to fill it. And in country you can choose Germany, because in drop down you have to give something, and then you can just mention NA in rest of the fields. So the next part is living expenses and residence details. So in this part you have to mention whether you are going to survive with the blocked account, or else your bank statements prove, like current bank account, or else the third option is that somebody lives in Germany that you know and they'll help you to sponsor your living. Since we chose current bank account, so I'll mention that. And then they are asking, is there a formal declaration of commitment? You can mention no here. Another part which they are asking is the intended place of residence in Germany. So here you can mention hotel details like your street and other information, postal code, Germany, which city in Germany, all those details can be updated here. Now they would be asking, how will you be accommodated? Will it be a single room? Will it be an apartment with rooms? Will it be a collective accommodation? You can choose any of these, and else you can choose other and specify what kind of place you are staying in. Then the next part is, will permanent residence outside for Federal Republic of Germany be retained? So here you can mention yes, or you can leave it as per your convenience. If you are just in dilemma or not sure, then just leave it blank. It's not mandatory field. The next point is, should family member come with you? Then I have mentioned yes, because I'm going with my husband. So you can mention whatever is correct for you. So if you're traveling alone, then just leave it as it. If you are traveling with any of your family member, then please mention yes. And you have to mention the spouse detail or child detail accordingly. Then they are asking, do you have health insurance of Federal Republic? It has to be yes. You should have the health insurance. That's a mandatory thing. Then next point is previous stays in Federal Republic. So we never traveled to Germany earlier. So if you have traveled to Germany earlier, then you can mention yes here. And you can mention from which state to which state you have stayed and where in Germany. Then in explanation, you have to tell them that if you have any if you have any criminal records. If you have, then yes. If you don't, then no. Then they are asking that if you have ever been expelled or deported from Germany, or has an application for the residence permit been rejected, or entry into Federal Germany has been refused for you. So if any of these scenarios is true for you, then you have to mention yes. Otherwise you can fill no. So for us it was no, we have mentioned no. Then they are asking if you suffer from any of your disease, any disease like bird flu, swine flu, or any disease which is transformable, that any respiratory syndrome or anything which you can mention here, then yes, and then you have to mention that detail. Otherwise you can mention no, and that's that. So this is how it needs to be done. Then the last thing which you need to do is you can go to this further option, and this will be downloaded as a PDF for you. So it's totally up to you what you want. If you click on save, then you can import this file from the top of this form in future whenever you want to refill it for the further details, or else you can click on further just to download it and keep it as PDF. Now again, this also has to be in 2 copies. This Videx form you need to download, and you have to keep the 2 copies of this Videx form. So that's about it. That's about the Videx form. In case you still have any queries or questions, do let us know in the comments. We'll help you out with any of the information you need. According to this Videx form, you have to submit all the details necessary as per your passport. So ensure that all the details are correctly filled. In case you have any questions, doubts, you can let us know in the comments. You can book a call with us through TopMate. So in the next video, we'll bring you the details about how to book the accommodation through booking.coms. You can go through that video as soon as it comes to our channel, and you can book your accommodation accordingly. In case you need any guidance, any help, do let us know in the comment box. We are always ready to make the videos as per your convenience. These videos we are making so that you can get through these forms easily, and you can fill these forms correctly. We are putting a lot of efforts and time in these videos so that we can help you guys. So please make sure that you give a thumbs up to us, give a like, let us know in the comments if you want any improvements in the videos, and please subscribe our channel. Please share these videos with those people who actually need help with these forms or details related to opportunity card, so that people get to know how these forms are easy to be filled and how you can just get through these process very easily with the help of us. Alright, so stay tuned with our channel, and we'll come back with another video very soon, and we'll stay in touch with you. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care. Have a great day ahead.